That's Granny's.
Those two are her brothers, Jeremiah and Mary Willard. And that's their monument right there, J.E. This is J.M.'s daddy. This J.M. right here that we got in our thing on. Mother's grandmother. That's her brother, J.E. Ida's brother. That J.M. up there, Jeremiah.
1905.
Really puzzled me that there's this nice monument for him and his baby and his son.
I know.
When I remember coming with mother as a little girl, that was the church this way here. I went back around there to see by chance that was in the old tree back there.
Had it facing south. Bluebird cross. I got two down there on the grapevine, and I got one built in one of them. I don't know why I didn't build this one up here.
Someone say build in a tree.
I don't know. They won't go in the tree because I found that out. Well, that would be a good place.
They wouldn't build it?
No, sir. That's particularly what it is.
Wall, Williams. Now that Wilhelm over there, do you know him? Where's your granddaddy buried, Norman?
Norman. Alberta Norman. What was your dad?
Brother and sister.
Born April 10th, 1855. Dad, 1933.
Right there is grandpa's.
Who's that?
There, it's right there. This is what we want to get.
Who's this? Oh.
That's your great.
That's where we got Ellis from?
That's your great. Yeah, that's where my Ellis
where
come
your
from,
Ellis
right
came
there.
from.
That's it.
Don't y'all think it's funny that it says Ms. S.A.? No.
Maybe so.
That's the one.
Where is that? Grandpa Wilson.
Hey, baby, Jane.
This it?
Yeah.
Himline. Yeah, that's it right here. That's it right there.
This is the one.
That's where I got the James from.
So we got James and Ellis from them?
No, I just got the James.
I know, but Ellis from back there. Now he's the one that did the ice thing with you, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's the one that went to the ice house, and I helped him cut ice.
Okay.
I was 5 years old, and he came out there on Sunday on his horse, and he said, "Jim says we're gonna need you tomorrow. We're gonna cut ice, so we can help." That was 0 then. And he told my dad, he said, "Get him some heavy clothes now that he's going to have to cut ice tomorrow."
Get down with
So he took me out there the next morning. I got there, went into the fireplace there, and a little bit, my grandfather said, "It's time to go." He says, "They're putting the spikes on the horses down at the barn." Got down, 2 colored fellows down, had a rope around their ankle here and hooked over the hame here, and we put spikes on each of the front wheels, front feet, so they couldn't slip. And we got there and they had skids in there, ice tongs in there, and an axe and a saw with a handle took off it. A cross-cut saw with a handle off of it. I didn't know all about that.
We want to do this.
Just wait a minute. And so we went down there and we got on that wagon and we went off down the hill. My grandfather and I sitting up on the bench here going off down the hill there to the ice pond. We got down there. We went right out on that ice pond, rode right on that ice pond. He says, "Whoa, gee." And they turned, and them colored fellows said, he done told them what to do. Locked the hind wheels that way. And we went around like that. That just tickled me to death. And so we got there, and he told us, says, right over there, this place cut a hole through the ice with an axe. And I come hitting that, cut a hole through there, and it was about that thick. And he cut through there, and he said, all right, now start right there sawing blocks out. So they took that crosscut saw and took a handle, you know, just like that. And went sawing out, and then they hooked the tongs and pulled it up here and pulled a pile, and then just slide it up on the wagon. He and I go take it to the house, to the ice house. We got there, he had a ditch where he backed in, the hind wheels went in, and the tongue went up between the horses. That tickled me so good when that done that. We on the wagon, go back and get
another ice, right? That's the same one you made ice cream in, same house, right?
Same house. That's where I got my first ice cream, was right in there.
You and who made that? Your mother?
Carly. No, Aunt Carly, my grandmother was dead. And I come out there in August, and he says, Jim, says, I think it's time for us to go get some ice cream. I said, what do you mean? He says, we'll go to the ice house, we'll make it. She went and got this bucket, put the milk in there, she put vanilla flavoring. I believe she beat an egg up and put in there, and put sugar in it. And then she took some long spoons and put in there. We went down there and went down in there to the ice house, and she dug a hole in the ice there. And I put that in there, and she come as pouring ice back around it and pouring salt around it. Pouring back around, all around it. I sat on a little bench with a handle and turned it like that. And I kept turning that a little bit. I couldn't hear them spoons rattle. She says, it's frozen enough, we can eat it now.
And you ate ice cream.
That's the best I ever eat in my life.
Stay Norman's daddy. His mom. Alright, let's say Bessie Wilhelm Norman, January 4th of whatever, 1880 something. October 8th, 1977. Then Day Norman's daddy, which is Wick. He was born in 84, died in 1975. Devlin and where Page goes through there.
That one with flowers on the top is burning. Yeah.
See if I can see it.
Usually he's like Jay got the tail.
That was it, my first cousin right there.
Where's Uncle Hobby or whatever?
It's a wonder they don't have a little military thing there, isn't it?
They ought to have one here.
Vivian talked to me. She says
The other mother,
Right.
Daddy married.
He's in the legislature. That's his wife. And you got
This is my cousin, Boy Norman.
now he's the one that lived on that corner that you were talking
On
about.
that corner right there. That's him right there. And he's the one that took me down there at that time at the baptizing.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
James,
What?
this monument right here says McCormick and Felix. Well, there's a woman and her two husbands buried here. Well, she went up north to work during the war. Well, her second husband, she brought him down here and buried him. And we came up here and there wasn't a thing on this, nothing. Plain as could be. And we said, well, plain is it plain? Now Alberta, all the ones said, well, she's married to a third husband. She didn't know what her name would be. So I said, well, what she should do is have Helen and husband. But then when her third husband died and she died, it's on that name.
That's pretty funny.
The girls were so missing. But you couldn't go from one to the other across there. You had to come down here.
Do you think the staircases are still in there?
I'll bet you all wait. Oh, just wait a minute. Oh, that's still the same.
I don't know whether that's still in there. Where's the kitchen part? It's at the back.
We'll show you in a minute.
Watch out, this door's a little wicked.
This is a true documentary, and I'm going to need coming into the house. There's a word for
This
that.
is the one that goes up there.
You forgot.
They had tenants living here. Already.
What's in there?
So that's the stairway goes up and everything. It goes on that side, and then there's nothing on that side.
Oh, what?
Yeah, be careful.
No stair steps. So
I think it's on the other side, isn't it?
that's the parlor over
You don't
there.
need to go up there too? I thought this was separated.
One guy that's bed in here is bushwhacking. And he slipped
No, you
in.
come up the same steps. I thought this was two sets.
Well, I thought they always said they couldn't go from one side to the
That's what I
other.
thought.
Well, now, it may be up there somehow, but I don't know. But it's out looking for it. And he'd slipped in here and went to bed.
Oh,
And
really?
Yeah. And
Who
it
was that now?
some of Grandpa's people. And
Go up there.
Huh?
the sisters
Yeah, you
knew
go over the
that
top, you want
they'd
to.
sent his in here. And they took their dresses and stuffed them down in their overalls. Came to the door and opened the door and said there was a big
Now where-
legs.
Down there's where the boys' part was. Right there. That's the boys' room. Over here's where the girls was, but I thought it was separated somewhere.
Careful, y'all.
Y'all
Okay.
wanna watch those floors?
Here's the mattress laying up here on the floor.
You can't go back there and see. But the dining room is a little room. And I was never hidden back there. And I never.
People have been in here.
You can see it. I don't know why I thought it was another set of steps.
Kitchen was in outside.
Kitchen was right back here, Cheney, where I'm telling
It
you.
wasn't hooked on to the house.
It's on the house, right back there. I've been in there where she cooked all the time. I know what I'm talking about.
You had to go from back porch.
Let's go to the porch to get there.
Now, what was this room right here?
This is where the big sitting room was, where they done all their sitting and talking.
That's where this,
Yeah.
that's where this mammal and all that right here.
And there's a tater hole right there.
A what?
Tater hole.
That's where they buried the potatoes in the basement right in there. Had to go down in there in the basement.
There's a basement under here?
Uh-huh, yeah, right down there.
It
But they
was just,
kept the potatoes and all in there to keep them spoiled. Right in there.
But it's a shame that somebody in the family didn't fix it up.
So this is the ice house right here.
No, not that ice house. Not the one he's been telling the story
No,
about.
it's
That's
not
at
the
Grandpa
house.
Will's house.
Grandpa Will, I don't know where it was here.
This was a well house.
Now this was,
Right behind
what was the
this, right
fellow's
back
name?
here.
there?
Ellis Norman.
Was a big
And he's
pond.
related to him how?
He's his
Big
grandfather,
pond right
great
behind
grandfather.
here. There's a big
My great grandfather. We just saw his grave.
On
His side, his
his-
daddy's
his
side.
daddy's
Norman,
grandfather.
Ellis Norman.
Wick's daddy.
Wick's daddy. Lived here.
Okay.
This is where Wick grew up, right here.
right here. Right behind.
All this land back here was Norman land, all the way through.
Is where the pond was. There's a great big pond right back of here. And that is the fish pond. And that's where my daddy said that they had a plank that went in there, just the edge of the water went all back pretty good ways. And my grandfather, he had asked Grandma about when they wanted fish. And what he'd do, he'd go feed the fish a certain time every day. And when he'd feed them, they'd just come from everywhere. And if you wanted fish, well, he'd go back here and had a little place over here where he'd put the feed in, right here. He said he'd get down there and see what he wanted. Throw fish up on the fish on the bank.
I didn't even have to fish. Throw it up on the bank.
Put it on the bank.
That's pretty smart.
Daddy said he could get any amount he wanted. Said when he went walking out there, them fish come across there
They
just
lived better
doing
than we did.
Yeah.
They had apple trees.
Jamie,
yeah, old
Bees.
boy right up there.
that were related to them.
Who?
The wife.
Susan Poindexter Norman.
Yeah.
That's where.
Ellis Norman was
Did
married
he
to
die
a
with a heart attack? He died young, pretty young.
Pretty young, but I don't know now what he died.
63. Yeah, that's young.
He died when he was 63.
They come into the wheel
But this is the way y'all came.
Yeah, and they come into the wheel house.
When I walk, I come right down the road right there. There's a little road that comes right down to Uncle Hall. It comes right down here. Comes right down.
Yeah,
Now,
we
what
drove
made-
into the wheel house.
What made Wick? What made your daddy move down there?
Down where?
Did he build that house or did he buy it?
Where?
Where you grew up?
He built that house up there where I grew up. He built that house up there. See, what my grandfather did, he gave a piece of land to Uncle Hall that went all the way through up yonder, to that road up yonder. And then he gave my daddy the next piece of land here.
Right.
And it went all the way through that back farm over there.
Okay.
And then Uncle Gray got the upper one there. And it went all the way through. And then Uncle Gray got the island, the creek up yonder bottom. And Uncle Hall and Daddy got the river bottom. And then Uncle Hall sold out to my daddy, and he bought it all.
Well, he had a whole lot of land.
I got you.
Yeah, he had a whole lot of land. Well, that land went all the way through, man. It's long ways up there.
12 children.
12 children. He had to have a lot of land.
12 children.
He had to have a lot of land.
I remember coming down here and getting a turkey.
Well, look, those that lived out west, what did they get? Money?
Money?
Well, he must have been pretty well to do.
Oh, he's pretty well off.
Where did he get his money from?
He raised all this stuff and all done all this stuff.
Where did he get the money? Where did he
He had
get?
a shop right down there. He done all his farm work and the shoeing the horses
Okay.
and made them right down there.
All right.
Where did he get the money from in the beginning of?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how it come to
Jay.
start. I can't tell you.
Well, I asked you if anybody was ever a blacksmith and you need to tell me that.
Yeah, right down there. He had it right down there. There's a shop right down there. And then we go to Grandpa Wilhelm. He had one up there too. And I stand there and turn this thing here like this from the heat to iron to make something. Make horseshoes.
That's Daddy getting ready to fall. That's pretty funny. We'll see that again.
Grandpa had a blacksmith shop. And somebody brought those to Scoreboard head.
Now, according to the idiot
That's one
that
of the horseshoes he made right there.
Probably that's the one he made.
That's probably one of the horseshoes he made right there.
Probably is. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. That's not one of them. That looks like it. Because I know that what he made didn't have much of a thing here on the back when you buy them. They got it on the back here, you know. Thing that's
What do you think that's part of?
Yeah, that's part of his VCR project.
Oh, oh yeah.
Well, there's a fishing line right there.
That's the fishing rod there.
So now there are pictures in this that we have that are up that's them sitting in this building, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's pictures were made right on that porch, right in front of that
I
porch.
think right there.
He had a chimney on each end of that house.
Yes, sir.
And somebody's lived in it not too long because he's got the meter up there.
Yeah. They knocked all the windows out and tore it all to pieces.
You know, somebody could have fixed that house up.
No, this is from somebody else. This back here.
This one,
Bad time to get down here with us.
Time you got left me.
I mean, we was flying. We got down there across that bridge. Had a lot of fun right there. I really did.
Jay, this is where Uncle Julius lives.
This is Uncle Julius's house.
Sam is grandmother and granddad.
That's right there.
Somebody lives there, don't they?
Oh, no.
Way up there.
See if you can turn around here somewhere. Somebody lives out there. Somebody's here doing something on. Look
I
out.
think we go out that road.
Which way should we go?
Back way we come.